Good afternoon. Welcome to the Concord Township Board of Trustees meeting for June 2nd, 2025. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Patriarchal, will you please call roll?
Mr. McIntosh.
Present.
Mr. Dondorfer.
Present.
Mrs. Lucci.
Present. Moving on to the approval of minutes.
Madam Chair, I will make a motion to approve the May 19th, 2025 staff meeting minutes.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We'll move to approve the May 21st regular trustee meeting minutes.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Moving on to elected officials reports, we will start with our fiscal officer, Mr. John Patriarca.
Thank you, Mrs. Lucci. As of May 31st, 2025, we were 41% of the way through the calendar year. The treasury balance for the 21 active funds within Township Treasury was at $9.3 million. The balance includes approximately $206,000 in funds set aside for specific projects. Year-to-date expenditures for the townships are just over $6 million. Year-to-date revenue is just under $9.2 million. These figures can continue to keep Concord Township on track and within the 2025 budget. If residents have any specific questions regarding township finances, I encourage them to reach out to me directly at 440-354-7516. And I do believe this will be the last time we're together before Father's Day, so happy Father's Day to all our Concord fathers. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. Moving on to our trustees' reports, Mr. McIntosh.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Well, it was great. We had really nice weather, Memorial Day weekend for the ceremony, which was nice. Weather this spring hasn't been so fantastic, so that was really enjoyed being part of that. Last week, the 911 Program Review Committee, I don't know if it's correct, approved our template of plan, so now it will be going out to all of the entities, and the approval processes that the boards or councils for that represent 60% of Lake County population will have to adopt it. A lot of effort and work went into it, but everybody has agreed to meet the higher standards for next gen, which require training and staffing for our dispatchers and upgrading technology and equipment. So that'll bring a lot of great service features, help the dispatchers, help law enforcement, help fire, deal with emergencies in our community. So we feel really good about the work that we went in. It's a committee that will stand, so as communities want to make changes, those will come back and be in front of us. So I think some good work went into it. Very proud to be part of that. I continue to talk with people about the ballot language that's out there about eliminating property tax, fielding some questions, talking with folks that I see about that, and talking with our legislators about it as well. So pretty heavy involved in that. And then starting soon, I will be part of the steering committee for the Lake County 2050 plan. That's that comprehensive plan. I'll be joining a couple other of the Lake County leaders on that committee. So I'm looking forward to part of that process, and looking forward to getting to go to Washington this week. I know we've got a bunch of meetings lined up, and so looking forward to getting some information, legislative updates, and I know we've got a couple constructive meetings about some of the township business. So and that concludes my report.
Great, thank you. Mr. Dondorfer.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Yeah, unfortunately, I wasn't able to attend the Memorial Day event as I was working, but you guys did a great job and great weather, so thank you for doing that. I did talk to a resident who had some concerns about some speeding commercial vehicles on Route 608 that apparently has been a constant issue, so we reached out to Sheriff's Department and State Patrol. They're going to do some joint initiative traffic enforcement to try to deter some of that issues over there. I had a question about some street signs from a resident and a couple zoning questions. Outside of that, I'm looking forward to also joining the group in Washington, D.C., leaving tomorrow, and hopefully we can get a lot of good work done for the township. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. So I hope everyone got the e-grapevine, saw the updates, all the summer events, and the opportunity to vote for the Citizen of the Year. So please take advantage of that. yes, Memorial Day was an excellent morning with weather-wise. It was always very special to attend that, and somehow someone managed a flyover. What kind of plane was that?
C-130.
C-130 flyover. It was just kind of a coincidence, but we're just
Was a
saying that
coincidence,
we're just saying that it was scheduled that way. So anyway, I would like to congratulate Riverside on their grand opening of their new addition at Riverview and at Riverside. I hope you all have a great week in DC. I will be in North Carolina attending my daughter's wedding. I would like to thank our safety services. We heard about a big technical rescue with fire. I'm not sure if you're going to mention that, Chief, but just shows you how training is so important. And also thanks to law enforcement for keeping our community safe. We're always hearing about all these issues, and luckily it's very evident that the extra deputy is making a big difference. So good to hear that. I got a couple calls just reminding people to slow down when it's nice weather and kids are out. So it's just that time again. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there and to all the graduates. I would like to thank you for all your work that you've done with the Next Gen, and now you're moving on to another committee, so good for you.
Thank you.
And I hope you guys have a great week.
Thank you.
And that concludes my report. Moving on to our department reports, we'll start with our administrator, Mr. Rose.
Thank you, Mrs. Lucci, members of the board, Mr. Patriarca, members of the audience, good evening. I'll start with some items that are on the agenda. Items A, B, and C are all related, and they are purchase orders related to the improvements for Concord Hills Park. That will be to resurface the tennis and basketball courts. That includes asphalt replacement and also replacing the fencing at the park. The total cost of those three purchase orders is $121,453.88. Item D is a purchase order to Blue Technologies for $17,707. That is to replace some of our copier printer scanners that we have. The current ones that we have are ending their service life. Item E is a purchase order. That's to Sun Rental. That's an annual purchase order. That is in the amount of $11,204.36. That is for the Community Day tents, tables, and chairs. Item F is a vote to approve a adjustment to the non-bargaining compensation schedule. Item G is a request to approve full-time status for Susie Cobb in our Recreation Department. And then finally, at the end of the agenda, item I is a request to enter into an executive session for the purpose of discussing pending litigation. That is pursuant to Ohio Revised Code, section 121.22G3. So that's what's on the agenda. The Auburn Road Waterline project is nearing completion. Some of the residents have begun the process for tying in. The paving of that section should be completed soon. And then they've got a little bit of berm work, and then that'll be wrapped up. The 45-day notification letters for the Blackmore Estates Residential Improvement District, RID, have been sent out to the appropriate parties. And the reminder that that public hearing is scheduled for July 16th of 2025. Today, June 2nd, 2025, I accepted on behalf of the Board of Trustees a resignation letter from Lieutenant Wally Brainerd indicating his retirement from the fire department effective August 24th, 2025. We thank Wally for his dedicated service to our township for the past 29 years. We wish him great success and relaxation in his retirement. And then finally, I will be out of the office for the remainder of this week in Washington. I will also be off on Monday, June 9th. I will be back in the office on June 10th. And happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. That concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Moving on to Fire Department, Chief Sabo.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
So for the month of May, we had a total of 246 events. We had 138 EMS events with 106 transports to local hospitals. We had 108 non-EMS events, including 3 fires. 1 in Concord was a brush fire, and 2 outside of Concord, a building fire and a vehicle fire that we assisted with. We gave mutual aid 28 times, received mutual aid 8 times, had 84 overlapping calls for about 34%. Fire prevention completed 95 inspections last month, accounting for about 120 hours, including 6 plan reviews, and accounting for 35 hours. Completed 5 hours of fire inspector continuing education, and assisted in a one fire investigation outside of Concord. We've also been working diligently with Lake County Sheriff's Office and the staff at St. Gabriel's, working on their safety plan for the St. Gabe's Fest this weekend. So we're looking forward to a safe and fun event for them. On May 5th, we held community CPR training at Concord Fire Station 1. On May 17th, we went to the Coast Guard Safety Day at Station Fairport and did fire extinguisher trainings, hands-on CPR, hands-only CPR training, and stop the bleed training for them. So that was always a nice event. It was kind of hampered by the weather, but so is everything else lately. So I think hopefully we're in the sunshine now. So hopefully that continues. May 21st, we went to the American Legion in Painesville and assisted them with CPR, AED, and stop the bleed training. And then on May 23rd, we were at Hershey Montessori doing fire safety education with the kids out there. Just to follow up on our Red Cross smoke detector program, we're still in that soft kickoff phase. But 4 homes did receive new detectors from the American Red Cross. Check your e-grapevine for the link on how to register for that program through the American Red Cross. Once you fill out their form, they forward it to us, and then we go to your home and install the detectors. Aside from that, in all total, we serviced approximately 35 smoke alarms during the month of May. Some of those were purchased, they were hardwired detectors purchased by the homeowner, and we just went and assisted them in putting them in so they didn't have to climb on ladders and stuff like that. So lastly, we installed 2 residential lock boxes, and we had 1 returned. The event that Mrs. Lucci was referring to with the driver there was a driver heading westbound on Route 90, and she lost control of her vehicle, bounced off of a tractor trailer, and then went over the I-90 bridge down into Grand River. So about 80 to 90 feet down. My wife and I were on our way home from our camper, and that happened right in front of us. So
goodness,
I was the first responder.
I did not know
So,
that.
So I ended up pulling over. We assisted. It was the first call out that we've had of the newly developed or redesigned Lake County Tech Rescue Task Force or tech team. So we deployed the tech team to come over because the only way to get her up was with ropes. So we effected that rescue and assisted Bob's Garage with getting the vehicle up and over the bridge and on its way. So she was discharged shortly after she arrived at Metro, and
That's why.
yeah,
Oh my
yeah. It was a miraculous recovery, and fortunately, no one got hurt, and it was a long rescue. It was several hours, but we got it done. So,
Thank you.
all right, take care.
Thanks, Chief.
All right, service, Mr. Brown.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Service Department, the month of May began our construction season with the start of the 2025 joint road resurfacing projects. Shelley Companies is the contractor performing the work and are on schedule to complete the project in Concord Township by the end of June. Additional base repairs were required on Caribou Trail and Daisy Hill, which has prolonged that work in that area. Little Mountain Road has received its intermediate asphalt layer and is awaiting the chip seal and fog coat for the surface. We appreciate the patience of residents in these areas that were affected. In addition to the resurfacing, our crews began concrete slab replacements, Durapatch repairs, roadside mowing, culvert replacements, and ditch maintenance. In addition to crack sealing also started this week. The annual Spring Brush Day collections were a great success. Several residents took advantage and braved the rainy weather to drop off their brush. The Fall Brush Day collections are scheduled for October 4th and 18th. The collection will operate from 7:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. The yard waste drop-off closed today at 2:30 p.m. and will reopen on September 8th and run through the end of November. The Service Department took delivery of a new 2025 International HV 7400 plow truck. This truck replaced a 2000 International 4900, which was sold at auction. The new truck will go in service this winter for plowing and salting. Residents with questions and concerns are encouraged to contact the Service Department at 440-350-3225 or by email at concordtwp.com under service. That concludes my report.
Thank you. Our zoning department, Mr. Rose, you're giving their report tonight?
I am. So the zoning department report for tonight. During the month of May, the zoning department staff processed 33 zoning permit applications, collected $4,650 in application fees. The vast majority were for residential and included 9 fences, 6 dwellings, 6 accessory buildings, 4 decks, 3 additions, 3 pools, a pavilion, and 1 new business. Additionally, there were 125 zoning permit inspections and 46 certificates of compliance were issued for completed projects. Tomorrow night, the Zoning Commission will meet to continue their work sessions to discuss possible updates to the zoning resolution. That detailed agenda is on the township website. And finally, as a reminder to residents, it is garage sale season. If you plan on having a garage sale this year, 1 temporary sign promoting your garage sale is allowed, provided such sign is located on the property which the sale occurs. In addition, 1 off-site directional sign is allowed with the permission of a different property owner. Signs need to be 10 feet from the road right-of-way, 10 feet from sidelines. Please do not post signs on utility poles, street signs, traffic control devices, or in the right-of-way. For more information, you can contact the zoning office at 354-7505, or you can visit them through the township website. That concludes the zoning department report.
Thank you, Mr. Rose.
Thank you.
Moving on to recreation, Mr. Sean Supler.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Afternoon.
The Recreation Department is getting ready for a busy summer. I just want to start off first by recognizing the Concord Garden Club. They had their Mother's Day plant sale at the community center a couple weeks ago. It was a huge success. I believe they sold out of everything and had one of their biggest turnouts. And just also recognize all the work they're doing in all of our different properties here, Town Hall, Old Stone School. They're at the community center right now doing all their plantings. So just want to thank them for all their hard work here in the township. We have our first session of Intro to Pickleball, which starts tomorrow evening. We added a Tuesday session this summer. We have 10 people registered for that and another 5 on Saturday for a Saturday morning session. We can still take a few more for that, so if anyone's interested in pickleball, they can call the Recreation Department. Next Thursday, June 12th, kicks off our summer concert series at the Gazebo from 6:30 to 8:30. Rock Radio Band will be the first band. East Coast Custard will be the only food truck there that night. And please check out the Concord website for the full concert schedule. Tuesday, June 17th is the start of our Rookie Sports Club baseball program. We are full with 48 kids for our 3 to 4 year old T-ball program. We've got filled up with 24 spots in our 5 to 6 year old coach pitch. We opened up another 24 spots and have 28 kids signed up for that. So we have a total of 76 kids signed up for baseball between 3 to 6 year olds, which is great numbers for us. On June 18th, we have our Father's Day cookout for our 55 plus group. And then June 25th is summer themed bingo at Old Stone School. Dan is just today released a new storybook walk around the community garden in Old Stone School, and that is the true story of the 3 pigs. And on June 19th, he's going to do a pre-concert open house from 5 5 to 6:30 over there. Speaking of the community garden, that is up and running, and all the gardeners have their plots. Just want to thank Tim Brown and the service department for helping to get plots tilled and dropping off materials for all of our gardeners. Lastly, Community Day, Saturday, August 9th. Please check the website for all the updates on that. As usual, we have our pancake breakfast in the morning, starting at 8 o'clock. Our parade starting at 11:15. And then the main events are from 4 to 10 with music, food trucks, beer and wine sales, and our famous basket raffle. All of that capped off by fireworks at 10 o'clock. And please continue to sign up for the e-grapevine. You can do so by visiting the website or call the Recreation Department. We'll be happy to assist you. And lastly, I just look for favorable votes on, well, pretty much all of the agenda items that are about the Recreation Department. So, thank you very much.
Thanks, Sean.
Sean, we would like to know when the schnitzel truck will be available.
Very important. You don't want to know.
Oh.
They denied.
What?
They're not able to do any concerts this summer, so they will be there at Community Day.
That hurts.
Andy
All
and
right.
Carl are gonna pass out.
They
We
are.
have to make other
We're
arrangements.
gonna have to figure something else out. 'Cause
We might have to run to Coolhar's.
I tried, trust me, I tried.
we were afraid of that. Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna get my double schnitzel sandwich. Community Day.
Okay, thank you.
All right,
Moving
thanks,
on
thanks
to
for the
our
news.
Lake County Sheriff's Office. We have a special guest reporter tonight, Mr. Dondorfer.
Yes, the Sheriff's Department is tied up on a call out, so I offered to give the law enforcement report. So, just like I used to do years ago.
Yeah.
Total of 834 calls for service in Concord Township this month. There were 27 citations issued, 182 written warnings. There were 27 dispatched accidents. On the arrest side, there was a female arrest for an OVI, a male arrest for domestic violence. There's another male arrest for abusing harmful intoxicants, inhaling. Apparently, the male was located ingesting dust off on the wood line by 84 Lumber. And then they had a male OVI arrest with a loaded firearm that wound up being a felony on Route 44. There was a female who assaulted a nurse and security officer at Tri-Point Hospital. And then there was a male arrested for stealing his neighbor's car on Cora Court and driving it to Cleveland. And he'll be charged with a felony motor vehicle theft. Other than that, I know that the Sheriff's Department will be out in force for the St. Gabriel's Festival this weekend, providing security, making sure that those patrons have a safe evening there. So if you're planning on attending, please be careful and pay attention.
All right. Thank you, Mr.
Thank you.
Dondorfer. All right, moving on to the audience portion. I don't see anybody here. Moving on to old business. We do not have any. Moving on to new business.
Madam Chair, move to approve Rec Department PO to Dags Asphalt in the amount of $48,888.88 for the asphalt repairs and resurfacing at Concord Hills Tennis and Basketball Court for the restoration project.
And I will second that motion.
Any discussion?
Much
Much
needed.
needed, yes.
Yes.
All right, all in favor?
Aye. Madam Chair, I will make a motion to approve the Rec Department PO to Industrial Surface Sealer Incorporated in the amount of $38,880 for surface sealer, new net posts, and nets installed at Concord Hills Tennis Basketball Court for the restoration project.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I move to approve Rec Department PO to Shannon Fence in the amount of $33,685.00 for the fence at Concord Hills Tennis Basketball Court for the restoration project.
And I'll second that motion.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye. Madam Chair, I'll make a motion to approve the PO to Blue Technologies in the amount of $17,707 for copiers, printers for administration, recreation, and zoning departments.
And I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I'll move to approve a PO in the amount of $11,204.36 to Sun Rental for the 2025 Community Day tent, tables, and chairs.
And I will second that.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye. Madam Chair, I'll make a motion to approve of the update to the 2025 non-bargaining employee compensation salaries.
Second.
Any discussion?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
I move to approve full-time status, 30 hours a week for Susie Cobb, Recreation Administrative Assistant, effective June 15, 2025.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Future meetings and announcements, Mr. Patriarca?
On June 3rd, 7 p.m., Zoning Commission here at Town Hall. June 11th at 7 p.m., there will be a BZA meeting at Town Hall. June 13th at 8 a.m., JED meeting at Town Hall. June 16th at 3 p.m., we'll have our staff meeting at Town Hall. And June 18th from 5 to 6 p.m., trustee office hours in the conference room, followed immediately by the trustee meeting at 6 p.m. in Town Hall.
And I would entertain a motion to enter into exec session.
Move to enter executive session to discuss pending litigation pursuant to Ohio Revised Code 121.22G3 and to have Mr. Patriarca, Mr. Rose, and Ms. Matheny join the executive session.
I will second that motion.
Mr. Patriarca, roll call?
Mr. Dondorfer.
Yes.
Mrs. Lucci.
Yes.
Mr. McIntosh.
Yes.
All right, we will move into exec session. We'll close the meeting after.